Bonjour, je suis not manly, et ici le voyage d'espace. VVVVVVV. Oh boy. I thought about doing a proper narration for this video, like showing what actually was going on the screen here. For instance, right here, we actually finding an anomaly on the North Pole of Krell. But I looked back at what I was doing and I'm like, you know, I did all this testing, Ray, and sure I found stuff and I discovered stuff and I made notes where I could, but in the end, I found a pretty simple solution to all of this here. Like even the wheels here sinking down into the ground, not making contact and loosening friction. That's because the save that I'm using for this exploration is, what, 3 versions old. Yeah, it's like 3 versions of Kerbal Space Program old, starting back in 1.7.3. Because if I do a new save in 1.10.1 with the same add-ons, including the older Copernicus Bleeding Edge, it seemed to work just fine. Even though this random monolith was here and I was planting a flag on it and the flag ended up way back down by the rover, none of that actually happens in a new save game. It only happened in this old save. So I don't really want to fault anyone, at least certainly not any of the add-on makers who've been making this, but hey, I'll still show the outtakes here anyway. But you know, this isn't Team Galileo's fault, this isn't RTB's fault for Copernicus Bleeding Edge, this isn't the fault of any of the other add-on makers whose add-ons I updated in the course of trying to troubleshoot this problem here. Yeah, even like that flag that wasn't actually planted on the monolith. So, I'm not sure how else to explain all this. Ultimately, I did a lot of testing and retesting and some more retesting, and I came up with different conclusions and different results and different ideas of what could possibly be causing these things. But yeah, ultimately it was because of the old save game. Only problem is I have no idea how to migrate it. Here, let's take a proper look at this here. We're going to go back to an old version of KSP. Here we go, 1.7.3. It's the same save that I started this series with, and I cheated a rover out to there just to see what would happen. Okay, let's take a look at this touchdown right here, for instance. It's flawless. Well, aside from sinking beneath the target marker, that's on Kerbal Engineer, but hey, it's not destructive. Hey, even managed to send Chris out here to go grab some moonstone here. The moonstone was here. It was the same seed from 3 versions ago, and he didn't spontaneously combust while approaching this thing. So I really have no idea. I know it has something to do with the save. That's all I can come up with. Anyway, if you're playing this on KSP 1.10.1 and you start a brand new save and you don't change to a new version of KSP after that, I think you'll be fine. Just like that. And here, even in 1.9.1, this save was already migrated across 2 different versions of KSP when this happened. While it did have good success trying to land the rovers and it didn't really clip into anything and the wheels didn't lose traction or anything, I still had a minor problem with Valentina here doing an EVA that I'll show you in just a bit. You know, at least she was able to plant flags out here. Anyway, here we go. Like even right here, just here in the sinkhole on the North Pole of Krell, Valentina can only take a couple steps before I kind of lose control of her, and then she just kind of slips down the side of that piece of terrain. She doesn't stop until she collides with that other wall just to her right there. Right, I have no idea, and this is already just 2 versions migrated from this save with the exact same seed. Well, I have no idea. But I can't fault anyone. There we go, bonk. And then we can get our jetpack going again, our EVA pack, and then actually succeed in planting a flag without any real trouble. Touchdown. There we go. And there's the flag. See? And this is already 2 saves ahead. And we had a little bit of a traction problem, that was all. We could deal with that. Things didn't start getting wonky until here with KSP 1.10.1 and Bleeding Edge Copernicus. But again, this save is now migrated across 3 generations of KSP. And well, we get some interesting problems out here that you'll get to see in just a bit. I'm trying to remember if this was before or after I upgraded the Bleeding Edge Copernicus and reset those caches. I did find that flag planting was still a problem though. Where's the flag? Turns out that the flag planted right in front of the nose of the rover. Just like I did with the monolith earlier. There we go. So I go back there and I pick it up again, try to plant it somewhere else. There we go. Now in JNSQ, the scatter objects are solid objects. You can plant flags on top of them normally. But nope, not this time. It shows up exact same place. I have no idea. There was one thing that worked, is that after Roberta had stopped and I had saved and quick loaded the game, she was able to plant a flag right where she was standing, but not right now. Now there's no input locks or anything, and why is Roberta skating down the side of this piece of terrain? If she wasn't skating down the terrain, she would explode directly over a terrain seam. Well, the terrain seam wasn't big enough to fall through, but apparently flying over one of these terrain seams was enough to cause the EVA to spontaneously combust. And we got a traction problem here still. I tried switching away from Roberta back to the rover and back, and well, that just made things worse, as you'll see just a bit. Yeah, just like that. I think all that happened was he lost a couple of RTGs there, but no, it's sunk into the ground. And if it's not sunk into the ground, then the pieces are kind of skew-baldy here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, as part of this testing, I sent her down here into the sinkhole here. And well, similar to what Valentina ran into, she ran into a skating problem. Yeah, there we go. Sure, she plants her feet, but then loses traction and starts sliding. Now I was able to get traction back by going to 5 times Time Warp, but that wasn't enough either. I don't know how the heck... Nope, she's stuck. There we go. After a save and reload later, we got control back again, and well, there she is, but then we lose control again, and more skating. And more skating. She would stop for just a bit, and then I would try to move again, and then she'd go skating some more. Oh well, let's plant a flag quickly and find out that it plants the flag exactly where her last quick save was, right up there. Oh well. Well, anyway, again, new saves are fine. Imported saves from old versions might be a problem, but until we go to Aiden, I'm not manly, fly safe.